Hello guys, so this is the first lesson for Mathematics 7. In this lesson, we're going to discuss about the introduction to the numbers and number system. You have heard numbers many times, and we all know that numbers are important in daily life. But sometimes we don't really appreciate it. For us, we think numbers as just means of counting. In this lesson, what are we going to do is we will try to explore how beautiful the numbers are, how important this number system in our life, in the field of sciences, in the field of biology, in the field of inventions, in arts, how important, or in social media, for example, how important the numbers are. So, when you wake up in the morning or before you sleep at night, the first thing that you do is you check your Facebook Messenger. Sometimes you do TikTok once a week, maybe. So nowadays, to become a teenager means you need to use social media. And every time you post, you count the number of hearts, the number of likes, the number of wow, the number of angry face. So we are using numbers in social media. In TikTok, we are counting, oh, how many followers do we have now? How many likes have I got today? How many new likes have I got after 1 week of my post? So these are some of numbers in social media. In biology, we have actually what we call as neurons. Neurons is like it's billions of small like wiring in the brain. So I should say that neurons is a small wiring in the brain. If you have seen electrical wiring in your house, so it's also the same thing with this. All right. Now I'll just want to show you this one as an example. So this is an example of neurons. Neurons is actually transmitting electrical signal from the brain. Inside the brain, the light that you can see there, these are actually the messages. For example, you touch something hot. If you touch something hot and then the nerves of your hand will actually send signal to your brain, and the brain will say it's hot, it's hot, it's hot. So it will transfer there. And once it transfers, they will say, oh, it's hot. Then your hand will actually stop holding it all of the sudden because it's hot. Okay? Sometimes you will just release it because it's hot. Sometimes you will scream because it's hot. So that's how neurons work. And as you can see, it's a lot of channels, okay? A lot of channels of communication. Every time, whatever you do, whatever activity that you're doing, you're actually using your neurons. They are communicating with each other. And as you can see, if in learning as well, in learning, if you learn something, these neurons actually gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And that becomes your interest. That becomes your passion in life. Now, these are some of the amazing part of your brain cells. Okay, the neurons. And if these neurons all of a sudden becomes inflamed and busted, then what you will have is brain stroke, okay, which is actually dangerous. Next, insects. Do you know that we actually, or ant is the fastest, the jaw of the ant, this part here, is very, 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 very fast actually, okay? So it is one of the fastest in the world. And they describe it that its bite is the fastest ever compared to your jaw, compared to my mouth. Okay? Now, see how important the numbers. Like, you can appreciate things much if you will use the number, right? So just try to look at this one, for example. This is how the jaw of the ants actually move. 16,000 times slower. Look at that. 16,000 times slow. And using 480,000 frames. If you don't know, what do you mean by that frame, Mr. Daniel? What is that frame? I don't know. If you take selfie, one shot is one frame, for example. Okay? One shot, one frame. And then you keep on shutting. So how many frames per second are you taking? Maybe not even one, or maybe two. I don't know. All right? It depends on you. So, but then this camera is actually set to 480,000 frames just to slow down this one, okay? Just to catch how fast the jaw of an ant is. So it's really, really important. Time is another important quantity in our life. We have watch, and then what we know is that we want the clock to be precise, to be accurate. But don't you know that the clock that we're using is not really that accurate? It's late, okay? And now they actually invented a clock called atomic clock. And this atomic clock, from the word itself, the atomic clock is taken from the word atom. The atom is the smallest particle, the smallest quantity building blocks of an object. Just imagine that millions of atoms that's being like taking shot or pictures, okay, just for us to be able to get that, like precise time. Imagine everything is made of an atoms. Everything is millions, billions of atoms. One very tiny dot contains millions of atoms. Okay, and but by the way, atoms is taken from the word atomos. Atomos is something that cannot be divided anymore. Cannot be divided anymore. Okay, so therefore, they look at the millions of atoms, they try to study it, and based from that, they make a clock, and that is atomic clock. All right, and look at that. It is precise to 0.00000 seconds per year. Just imagine that one. Really, really precise. And that's important, okay? Now, so in here, let me just try to have a recap. In here, we have, what am I trying to say is that what we have learned is that numbers are important in daily life. In social media, we look at numbers. When you pay your Meralco bill, we look at numbers. Sometimes the number of Meralco bill gives the heart attack to your parents because it becomes expensive. All right? Numbers can be found in biology. Numbers can be found in, also in biology, in insect, okay? Like, just imagine, guys, how would you appreciate that actually the ants moves 700 times faster than the blink of your eye? Just imagine that. If we have no numbers, we cannot appreciate, oh, that is how fast. I can blink my eye maybe for 1 second. But then the ant, like one blink of your eye is 700 strikes or 700 bites of the ant's jaw. Let me write it down because it's really amazing. I really love it. One blink of your eye equals 700 times stripes of ant's jaw. Imagine that one. It's really, really amazing. Fantastic. So if we appreciate things because we know numbers, so that's why in this unit we are going to discuss about number system first. And we would like to appreciate, oh, how does the number develop? That's the first thing that we're going to do. Researching, representing, and comparing number systems. Okay, what is binary? What is decimal system? What is basic systems? We will try to look at all of that. Reading and writing, simplifying, converting between different forms of numbers. How to write numbers. We're going to discuss all of this one. Use appropriate forms of rounding numbers, simplifying using order of operations. We will try to do all of this. Okay? So what I want you to do right now is just try to reflect, look around your house, and try to think how beautiful the numbers in our life, like even choosing, for example, the right size of objects in your houses. It pertains to numbers. How big will be your sofa? How big will be your television? Those are numbers. Okay? So that's all for this one. See you in lesson number 2. Have a good day. I actually attached some readings below. You may read it. Okay, that is actually from Oxford. So you may read it and enjoy. Have a good day.